This is Claude Code driving a real Chrome window. It's opening tabs, is reading articles, and no one is touching the mouse. There are 3 different ways to give Claude Code a browser. In this video, you'll see all 3. How each of them works, the good and the bad, a full setup, and a demo for each of them. At the end, you'll know exactly which one to pick for your situation. Before we start, we need to understand all these 3 options and what they do. So all 3 options do the same job, they can do the same task. But what changes is how you hand over the browser to Claude Code. So the first one is using the Chrome extension. This solution sits on your computer, it can reuse your logins, and there's not too much setup in order to use it. And in most cases, most websites cannot tell it's you, so it's good for bot detection. Here you can take a look into the good and the bad. So it uses a real Chrome, so any logins and cookies that you might have on your browser come along. To the browser, it looks exactly like you on the websites. As I said, it's good for bot detection. You can watch it work in real time because it works as a Chrome plugin on the real browser. The only setup needed to do is to only add the Chrome plugin to the browser. And overall, it's great to debug your own web apps. So the downsides is that you need a paid Claude plan. It doesn't work on the free version. There's not too much support for other browsers, only Chrome and Edge at the moment. It only runs on your machine. So if you need to add this to a CI or CD pipeline in any server, it will be a problem. And the last bad point is that it actually acts in your logged in browser, so you have guard permissions. Then we have the second option, so it's Playwright MCP. So this second tool, you can see it as a separate office with the binder. So basically you have this own office with a list of buttons that you can use to extract data from the browser and interact with the browser, like clicking buttons, listing elements, and so on. And it's good if you have some kind of automation that you are repeatable. So you always do the same thing. In terms of the positives, so it's one of the most mature solutions. So it's been there for a while. Built on Playwright. So it's an industry standard for testing. This is very good if you have some kind of pipelines like CI/CD on your web application. And another very good point that's very useful for your testing is that it can fake the network requests. So if you want to test that a web UI changed depending on the request, that it failed, you can fake the network response that it failed and see if it actually passed this test that the UI changed accordingly. The bad points of this, all these commands, they sit on the memory of Claude, so it will use more tokens. So every page we visit, it will be copied into memory, again, more tokens being used. And some browsers, since this doesn't reuse the logins, they can see this as a bot. And this can be a red flag. If you need to create some kind of test that it needs to log in, you also have to implement this part of the process. And also some websites, if you don't have this kind of login and cookies in place, some sites can block you because they see this as a robot. Then we have the third tool, Agent Browser from Vercel. So this you can see it as a walkie-talkie. So it's short and fast. You tell them exactly what to do, and it does this and it returns the response only for that part. In this case, there's no binder at all, like Playwright had, and the memory and the context stays clean because you didn't load anything into memory that you didn't need. The good part is that it barely touches cloud working memory. It's fast and simple, loads the instruction only when needed. So if you ask them to click a button, it will only load the instructions to click the button. And since it runs in headless mode, so basically you're not going to see the live automation running, there's also a feature that comes with it. That's a live dashboard that we can watch it. So this is also good if you are trying to debug something that's not working correctly. The downside of this solution. So first, it's a young project. It's not as mature as Playwright MCP. It's Chrome only. So if you are trying to implement this in different browsers, it will not work. As the previous one, since it runs in headless, so it will have the same kind of problems in terms of bot detection as Playwright. And compared to Playwright, since Playwright was actually built for testing web applications, it will not have so many features as it. Side by side, we can see all the 3 options. So we have the first solution, Claude in Chrome, is better used if you want to reuse your own login and testing your own web apps. Playwright MCP is better if you want to run this kind of scripts and automations in a server and repeatable automation. So if you want to always do the same kind of tests, so if you are testing the web UI and you do a new feature and you want to test that previous tests also work, you can implement this in CI/CD pipeline. And the last one, Agent Browser from Vercel, is best for everyday lookups inside Claude Code. If you don't know which one to pick for your situation, you just need to answer these 2 questions. First question is that, do you need your own logins or are you testing your own web app? If yes, you go to Claude Chrome. If no, you have to answer the next question. Will it run on servers or is it a repeatable automation? If yes, we go to Playwright MCP. So it's the better one for the testing and for repeat automations, and we can run it on the server. And if no, we go for Agent Browser. It's light, fast, and is the better one for everyday jobs. Let's first take a look into the demo that we're going to do with all the different 3 tools. The demo that we're going to do is that we're going to point each of the tools to go into Wikipedia, to this page. This page has the most popular Wikipedia articles of the week, and we're going to ask for each of them to go to the top 5 articles, and we're going to ask, take the top 5 articles in this page, open each of them, and then to save the results to a file locally, including the title, the link, and 2 sentences summary for each of the articles. Before we start the project setup, there are some prerequisites that you need. The first one is a paid Claude plan. To make sure that you have one, you can go on claude.ai/new settings/usage, and you will see here the plan usage limits. It will have in front your plan. Next prerequisite is the Chrome plugin. So for this, you can go to claude.com/Claude for Chrome, and you can go here and click Add to Chrome. And here on the top right, you'll have to add to Chrome. In my case, I already have it, so I only have remove from Chrome. After this, you go here on the top on the Claude plugin, and you're going to make sure that you click it and you do a login. So you need to be authenticated. Now that we validate the prerequisites, we can start the project setup. So I have here an empty project, and I'm going to initialize it as following. So I'm just going to create these empty directories. So for the agent browser, for the extensions, and for Playwright MCP. And then I have the outputs folder where we're going to ask Claude Code to put the outputs of all our demos. Let's start first the extension solution. So we can go inside the extension folder. And in here, we're going to open Claude with the flag Chrome. So this is going to initialize the session. Now we have to make sure that this is actually working. So we're going to do /Chrome. And in here, we're going to see if the status is enabled and the extension is installed. If this is not the case, you have to go back to your browser and make sure that you did the prerequisites correctly. So in here, we can click Ask. We're not going to do anything else on this part. So we're going to tell them, use the browser to open. So the Wikipedia page that we just saw, take the top 5 articles in the report, open each of them, and then save the digest to the outputs folder. And we want the title, the link, and 2 sentences summary for each. So we see it here, it already opened the Chrome browser. We see it here, the Claude MCP. We see it now going to the page that we told them. We can go back to the terminal and see that it's actually calling the Claude in Chrome. So it's interacting with the Claude extension. We see here that's actually struggling to get this information. So the tab appears to be stuck, and it's going to create a new tab and load the data from there. So we can see it here. There's here the new tab, so it's opening again this page. Again, the same issue seems to be the case, and is opening the raw wiki text to get this information. So if we go back to Chrome, we can actually see that's actually going to the raw wiki. Here on the top, action equals to raw. So it's finally completed. We can take a look into the outputs folder, and we can see that it actually got the information that we wanted. So we have here the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 articles, and we have everything that we asked. We have the title, the links, and a 2-line summary about it, but there was a lot of problems, as you could see, and it also took 13 minutes just to get this information. Let's now do the same thing with Playwright MCP. So we're going to close our session. We are going to go inside the Playwright MCP folder. Let's just clear the terminal, and we're going to open the Claude session in this folder. After we're inside, first thing we need to do is actually install this MCP locally. So for this, we're going to ask Claude Code to set up this for us. And you just need to type set up the Playwright MCP in this project, and we can pass the GitHub link to it. We'd finished set up the Playwright MCP, but before we actually ask him to do the demo, we need to exit our session. And why do we need to do this? Because we need to create a new session from the beginning so that it loads the MCP. Also, to make sure that everything was all set up, you can go here on the right on the folder Playwright MCP and make sure that you have this folder .mcp.json. So let's clear our terminal and let's open a new session. You see here already telling us there's a new MCP server found in this project. So it's the Playwright. Is exactly what we expected. Use this MCP server. So we want to use it on this session. And we're going to tell them exactly the same prompt to extract the top 5 articles. But this time we're going to ask them to save in a different file so that we can compare later. We see it here is calling Playwright. So it opened the browser here on the side. We can see it also used Chrome, but in this case is using the Playwright MCP to control it. We see it now navigating to each of the pages. So it's going now to the Chuck Norris one. So it's going now to the second article, and we will see it going through all the articles. We can go back to the terminal, and we can see that all the 5 articles were read, and is now writing the digest that we asked him to put on the output. So it completed, is done. We can see the difference in time already. It was 2 minutes 38, Not to talk about the context that it was used, we can go back to the outputs and see digest, playwright. And again, we have the same output as before. We have the 5 articles with all the fields that we expect, the title, the link, and the 2-line summary. Now let's take a look into the last solution, Agent Browser from Vercel. So for this, we're going to go inside Agent Browser folder that we created before. And in here, let's clear our terminal and let's open Claude. And similar as we did to Playwright MCP, we're going to ask Claude to set up Agent Browser for us. So we can just tell him, set up Agent Browser in this project and add its Claude Code skill so he knows how to use it. One other thing, this setup that we are doing for Agent Browser or Playwright MCP, you only needed to do once. You don't need it to every time you're going to ask something for him to use this kind of tools to set it up again. So it finished the setup, and we can look here on the right on Agent Browser folder and make sure that everything is there. So we have our skill, we have our .claude file, we have the skill log for this project, we have the node models. So everything here is set up for us to start using Agent Browser. But before we use, we have to close the session and initialize it again. And why is this? Is because the skills only loaded when the session is initialized. And on the previous session, we didn't have the skills yet. Since this solution also runs in headless mode, we can run the following command, Agent Browser dashboard starts. You can do this on the terminal, but you can do it also here directly. And it will open the Chrome browser that we can see the live interaction of it running. You don't need to run this, but it's just for us visually to see what's going on. We can see it's loading the skill, so it knows what this Agent Browser dashboard start is. And we see it here is running the command. And then we have it open on localhost 4848 port. We're going to open this dashboard preview here on the right. So let's go to localhost 4848, and we can see that we have nothing. We have no sessions as expected because we didn't start using it yet. We go back to our terminal, and again, we tell the same prompt to go in this page, get the top 5 articles, and save the output on the outputs folder. Let's take a look in what's going on here on the right, on the Agent Browser dashboard that we can see what's going on. Again, this dashboard, it's not needed. It's just for visual purposes. We see it now opening the page here on the right. We see it now going on the first page. The check noise one is going to go to the next ones after. So we see here the second one, and we're going to see the next ones. We see it now saying that it has everything it needs. So it already got all the information from the page and is writing the output, the digest. So we see here the session was closed. Let's go back to VS Code. We see that it finished and that the output was saved there. So let's take a look into it to make sure that it also worked like the previous ones. And we can confirm that it extracts the 5 articles with the same fields as the previous ones. As we could see, all of the solutions, so the extension, Playwright MCP, and Agent Browser got the same information. Some of them took a bit longer with some hiccups, but at the end, all of them work. What this means is that you should actually pick the tool depending on your use case. So in this case, we didn't need any authentication. We are not testing our application. We don't need to run it on the server. So in this case, the better solution for us to use would be the Agent Browser. Because if we use the Playwright MCP, we were going to load all the MCP commands related to it. And the extension, it was actually not needed. Since it's not so efficient as the other 2 tools, it ended up taking longer and using a lot more tokens. The prompts, the folder setup, and all the links are down in the description. If you are using any of these solutions in a way that I didn't cover, let me know down on the comments. I read all of them. If this video helped you pick the solution, subscribe. It tells me to make more of this, and I'll see you on the next one.